Hello friends, it's me, Miss Tracey from Smyth County Public Library, and I'm coming to you from my kitchen, and I hope I'm reaching you in your home too. I sure do miss seeing you in person, but I found another book from my childhood that I really want to read you. It's called The King, the Mice, and the Cheese. It's by Nancy and Eric Gurney, and it's part of the Beginning Books Random House series, and it was part of the book club edition. I got this in the mail when I was little. And I just have always loved it, and I want you to love it too. So first we'll start our story time with a bell. And also I need to tell you, I'm back in my kitchen because the camper, I didn't get enough cats or kids, and I heard some requests for more cats in my videos. We'll see what I can do. I got several in the house. We'll see where they show up. I don't know. Anyway, here's our bell. So gather around for story time. Then we take our hands and we clap them like this in front of our mouth so we're not talking and we're all listening. Then you click them forward like so. Then you open and close them like a book. Read, read, read a book. Travel anywhere. Worldwide you decide a book can take you there. This book is taking us to a faraway kingdom. This is the king right here. The King, the Mice, and the Cheese. Once upon a time in a faraway country there lived a king. He lived in a beautiful palace. He had everything he liked. He liked cheese best of all. Reminds me of my friend Amber. His cheesemakers made the best cheese in all the land. Everyone in the palace could smell that cheese. Look at it just wafting through the air. Delicious, smelly cheese. Everyone in the palace, it says here, could smell the cheese, right? All over the palace. And everyone in the town could also smell that cheese. Even in the country, they could smell that cheese. A mouse sure did, and look how excited he got when he smelled that cheese. He told all his friends about it, so every mouse in the land went running to the palace. Look, they're stampeding all those mice. The mice had fun living with the king and eating his cheese, but the king didn't like it that much. He looks a little frightened by all those mice. He called in his wise men. How can I get rid of the mice? He asked them. The wise men thought of a wonderful idea. The wise men brought in cats, big cats, little cats, fat cats, and thin cats. They look very proud of their decision. The king thinks it's very funny. The mice chasing cats did a very good job. Soon all of the mice were gone from that palace. Now the cats were very happy. They liked living with the king, but the king was not happy. He did not like living with the cats. Remember how I told you I have a lot of cats, and sometimes they're fun and sometimes I feel like this king and there's just too many of them. It's true. The king called his wise men. How can I get rid of these cats? He asked them. That's easy, said the wise men. We know just how to get rid of them. Can you guess what they're going to bring in to get rid of these cats? I bet you can. The wise men brought in dogs. Big dogs, little dogs, white dogs, and spotted dogs. Look at all those dogs. You can see that this is the same illustrator from the Diggin' Us Dog book because they all kind of look the same. The cat chasing dogs did a very fine job. Soon all of the cats were gone from the palace. Now the dogs were very happy. They loved living with the king, but the king was not happy. He did not like living with the dogs. Look at him, they're napping in all his favorite spots. They're eating off the table, they're right in his face. Yeah. Once again, the king called in his wise men. Can you get rid of these dogs? He asked them. We surely can, the wise men said. Can you guess how they're going to get rid of the dogs? This one I didn't guess when I was a kid. I still wouldn't guess it, but here we go. The wise men brought in lions. Big, big, brave lions. The dog chasing lions did a great job, and soon all the dogs were out of the palace. Now the lions were very happy. They liked living with the king, but the king was not happy. He did not like living with the lions. He looks afraid of them, I think. Napping in his throne, clawing up the carpet, swimming in his pool. Yeah, So, for the fourth time, he again called his wise men. Again, you must help me, begged the king. Once again, the wise men said, this will be easy. Look at this picture. Look at the look on the lions' faces and look at the king's clothes. They've obviously clawed his rear end, which I thought was hilarious when I was a kid. Elephants. The wise men brought in elephants to chase the lions away. The lion chasing elephants did a wonderful job. Soon every lion was gone. The elephants were very, very happy living with the king, but the king was most unhappy living with the elephants. Look, they're causing worse damage than any of the other animals. They're knocking stuff down. They're tearing holes in the wall because they're way too big. They don't fit in the palace. How do you get rid of the elephants? Yelled the king as an elephant holds him up high. We can do it, said the wise men. We will do it right away, because I don't think they like the elephants either. Do you know what elephants are afraid of? I don't know what they're actually afraid of, but I know what I've read in all the books. They brought back all the mice. Look. All these mice come back and they look so proud and so brave, and this one just touches that elephant on the toe. Now that's a very little mouse and a very big elephant. Do you think it's gonna do the trick? It did, look. The mouse yells, scat! The elephant chasing mice went right to work, and that's what they did. They yelled at that elephant. The mice chased every elephant out of that palace. Look how many there were. I'm surprised the palace is still standing. The mice are running along behind them. See all these little dots? Mice chasing the elephants. But now the poor king was right back to where he started. Mice are everywhere. Mice eating his cheese. Apparently drinking from his cup, and they're just living the dream. They're sitting on his crown, which is more of a turban. Anyway, the mice are all over. What is he gonna do now? Is he gonna start all over again with the cats and the dogs and the lions and the elephants? We'll see. That's what he's wondering. What am I gonna do? For 3 long days, the king sat and asked himself that question. After 3 days of thinking, he thought there was only one answer. Now, before I turn the page, let's look at the images here. They're having like a cheese fight. They're throwing cheese. They're playing in his turban. They're playing in his beard. They're juggling. The mice have clearly taken over. So what do you think he's gonna do? I always liked this part when I was a kid. The king called all the mice together. Listen, boys, let's make a deal, said the king. I'll learn how to get along with you, and you'll learn how to get along with me. And from then on, the king shared his cheese with the mice, and the mice learned to eat with very nice manners at tables. Look at that. They're no longer hanging in his beard and on his turban. They're all doing their own thing politely. And that's a close-up of the mouse. That's the end of the book. Thank you for listening today, friends. I hope you're all doing great in your own homes, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.